Hi my lovelies, welcome back to my channel, and for everybody who's new, I'm Leorah and I'm so glad you found me. So welcome to today's video, which is going to be my first impression actually putting eyeshadows on of the Leorah palette by Monique Boulé, and I'm so glad that the day is finally here, because the swatch party that you saw some time back was actually before my overseas trip, and now I'm back here in my studio and I finally can film it because I just really couldn't wait to. So, and of course I have to also use some mattes for the look, because let me just show you the palette again. So this is how my palette looks, the Leorah palette. This is how it looks from the outside, and I just really cannot believe, I cannot believe that this is true. You know, it's true. Amazing. Anyway, so this is how the palette looks, and I gotta say, before I introduce the mattes to you, I gotta say there has been a question because of course Monique designed this palette for me in the way she saw me, the way she thinks that colors would speak to me, okay? So why is there no green in the palette? If she knows me so well, why is there no green in the palette? Because I always tell everybody that greens are my color. So of course, when she approached me with this idea, she said, are there any special shades you want to be in the palette? And I said, you do whatever you feel, whatever you see in me, whatever you want to be on my face, because I'm not gonna request anything because it's already too much, you know, too much of an honor. But don't put greens in the palette because I already have her greens palette, you know? So I just didn't want to have doubles. I'm sure she has more greens than this. But anyway, I just wanted to have other colors to try out, and that's exactly what she did. So by the way, this color scheme is also spectacular, and you know how much I love her monochromatic palettes, because it just makes sense. Monochromatic palettes make so much sense if you have a color scheme that is you. Like for me, it is green, then it makes so much sense. Anyway, just pointing that out, that is the reason why there is not a single green in the palette, because I have that already, okay? Alright, so that is of course the Leorah palette from Monique Boulé, and I'm so glad to finally do that today. And I want to also combine it with a first impression of this palette here. This is from Root Cosmetics, the Naughty Nights, is it called? Naughty Nights palette from the Lingerie collection. So this is how the palette looks. It is all matte. Let me just get that a bit closer. I switched my lighting around. I don't know. I keep switching it around and I think I'm making it better, but maybe I don't. I really don't know. Anyway, so we shall see. So that is what I'm going to combine it with, and I think color scheme wise I want to go for like a bluish kind of a look. So I think I'm going to use those two blues, and maybe as a lighter shade to blend it out, maybe the light green. We shall see. Probably, maybe. Yeah, it's a definite maybe. And then in the Leorah palette, I actually want to use probably these two shades right here. This one, and the mirror shade, which is like, I don't know if you remember the swatch party. It was insane. It was actually like a mirror. So these three shades, and I think maybe then in a different look I'm going to of course use more shades, and as a highlighter either this or this. We shall see when we get there, because those are two highlighter shades, and I really actually, do I have another one? I think it's two highlighters that I have. So anyway, so that's what I'm gonna do, and yeah, let's zoom in and let's get going. Alright, let's try it like this. While being on a break here and zooming in, I actually switched my lighting around again and even moved my camera. I don't know, I'm trying. I seriously don't know. Alright, so let's just, let's try to do our best. One day I will get someone who knows about all this stuff, how it's supposed to be, and then my life will change. Anyway, alright. So my eyes are primed with the Too Faced eyeshadow primer, the Shadow Insurance, and now I think I'm just going to go in with this light green right here, which is called Blindfold. And yeah, so let's just smooth this on here and use that as a transition shade a tiny little bit, and then we shall see what happens. Alright, so this is how this light green shade looks. I did not pack it on though, so that is maybe not the best first impression, but of course it is, you know, I had to use it as a transition shade, so that's why it is a little bit lighter. Okay, so now I want to go in with this shade right here, which is called Spank. Yeah, Naughty Nights. Alright, so let's just put that on right underneath. And this one I'm going to, you know, give it a little bit more punch. Because I want to. And then once we've built that up, I actually think that we are already almost ready to put Monique's shades on. So yeah, I'm so excited. Just so you know, I of course will put down a glitter glue underneath, because that is the best way to use them. I'm going to use the NYX glitter glue. And I will probably use my fingers from the get-go, because it is the best way to use those shadows, to press them on with the finger. And or if you have like a silicone tipped brush thingy, you know, I don't have that. So that's the reason why I'm probably, you know, going to start out right away using my fingers and putting them on, which I have no problem with. It's not my preference maybe, but because I love brushes. But anyway, she told me that that's the best way to do it, so that's how we're gonna do it. Alright, this is how it looks so far, and now it's time. Now it's time to go in with the Leorah palette. This one. Okay, I want to start out with this shade, and actually I might have to change my mind a tiny little bit because of the small space that I'm applying it. Maybe I should use a brush. So I have a brush here that I used actually to apply the glitter glue, which is the one from NYX, as I told you already. So I think I'm just, because it is already a little bit tacky, maybe I can, you know, sort of do it with this one, even though I don't have anything that is silicone tipped. Okay, so let's just try this, and then with the other shades I'm gonna go in with my fingers, and maybe I reapply something on top also with my fingers here, but it's just that for the precision I think of this small space, I think that's what I want to do. But you see, even with a brush that is not perfect for it, you see does one see that? I really don't know. With my lighting and I don't see it in my viewfinder if anyone sees anything. Sweeties, this is nerve-wracking. I see it here in my mirror. But anyway, so I hope that you can see how spectacular this is. It's really... Alright, so let's just do this on the other side too. I'm just really just pressing it on. There is no sweeping with shades like this, you know, just press it on. Oh, sweet Lord. This is spectacular. All right, so sweeties, yeah, I don't know what to say. Oh, this is, you don't know how that feeling is, you know, you don't know. Alright, I think this is really, really nice, and now I need to make a decision about which shade is going to be next, and I almost think I'm going to go in with the shade West Coast, which is this one here. Let me just check what that is exactly. West Coast is a blue to gold duochrome. Alright, so I'm going to just pick it up now with my finger. Alright, and I'm just going to dab it on. This fits so nice in the overall color scheme. So beautiful. Because also the golden shift in this duochrome sort of picks up the green a little bit in some way of up here of our transition shade. So I think this looks really, really cool. So I'm not going to take too much space because of course I want to use another shade also. So let's just do that on the other side, and then I'll be right back and we'll do the third one. All right, the next shade that we're going to use is the shade Polarized, and this is actually the shade that just really popped into my vision. I also said that in my swatch video that this is one of my favorite shades just from swatching it and from looking at it. So I definitely wanted to use it, and that is, let me just read this for you, a super foiled multi-chrome and shifts red, brown, blue and green. All right, so let's do that. It's super soft. You will have some fallout, you just need to know that. And if you do your eyes first, then of course you absolutely, oh, this is so good. This is so good. You just need to know that, you know, so you know not to do your face first, or to have like you know, some powder under your eyes, so you don't have any problems. You know what I mean? So anyway, that is super beautiful, and I love this transition between the silver and then that blue duochrome, and then this shade Polarized. So pretty. Yeah, I think this is going to be really lovely, and I think what I'm going to do next is actually, let me just swipe off my finger. I'm going to go back to the Root Cosmetics lingerie I don't know how to say it, palette, and then I'm going to just take this dark blue here in the outer corner. Do you think that's a good idea? All right, look, let's just do that. I'm still going to, of course, perfect the blend between Monique's shades a little bit more, but I just want you to I want to give you an impression of where the look is going. So I think now you can already see much better what I mean with that royal blue here. That's called Submit, with the royal blue here in the corner. All right, I think this is gonna be spectacular. Let me just finish off the other eye and do some eyeliner and finish my face, and then we're going to think about what we're gonna do on the lower lash line. Alright my lovelies, this is how it looks right now, and I have not done any contouring or anything. I'm just so in love with the look. It's like angelic, is it? I think it's winter, it's angelic, it's soft, it's beautiful. Drooling, seriously. Okay, so let's finish the look and then we'll chat a little bit about what I think. All right, so for finishing the look, I think, what was I thinking? I think I'm going to take this green here because I have put a dark blue on my waterline. So now I'm just basically picking up the same shades that I have above my crease, but in a different order, basically. Okay, so I'm going to just try this one. Plus I also wanted to, of course, try another shade. If it's already a first impression, then I want to, of course, use at least 3 shades of each palette. So I'm already thinking if I should do another look combining those palettes again, you know, because I think that would be really cool to, like, you know, have a part 2 of, like, with a different color scheme, of course. So let's see. All right, so I'm just packing this on here under my waterline, and then I'm going to blend it out a little bit. Then for the inner corner highlight, I might actually take the same highlighter that I'm planning to take for my cheekbones, which I'm going to show you in a second. But let's just finish this here first, and I'm going to do that on the other eye and apply some mascara, and then I'm going to come back and that's was an eyelash that fell down. All right, that's the special kind of fallout. All right, yeah, let me just do this, and then we're gonna do the inner corner highlight, and then I'll finish off the look. All right, sweeties, now I think I'm ready to put in the inner corner highlight, and I have these 2 highlighter shades, this one right here and this one here. So this one is a little bit more like sparkly, flaky. This is a little bit more tighter pressed, I would say. Okay, so I think, just because I don't want to mess up my foundation here now, because I don't want to have fallout. I think I'm going to use, if I find the right brush for this, I'm going to use the one that is a little bit more tighter pressed, I think, and that is the shade Aurora. Let's just see the description. Yeah, pastel purple highlighter. I think that is perfect. And I'm just going to pick that up and push that here in the corner, because I don't want, I think you can see, I really hope you can see that there is a nice purple like hint to it, but it's not too overpowering, because I don't want it to, you know, I don't want it to be overpowering so it doesn't take away from the overall look. Yeah, so that is that. I'm just blending it a little bit here under the lower lash line, and I think this has a really nice effect. Didn't I say that I wanted to put on mascara? Forgot. All right, so now I'm just gonna do this on the other side. I really will put on mascara. I will finish my contouring besides the highlighter on the cheekbone, and then we're gonna do that together, and then the look is gonna be done. All right, sweeties, we are ready for the highlighter shade, and this is gonna be Karma. This is actually the name. This is Karma, and this is what, let me check, a holographic highlighter that has an iridescent base and shifts purple, orange, and blue. Now, I have not worked with highlighter shades like this that are a little bit more flaky. Maybe I should use no brush. I really don't know. I'm a bit nervous now because I don't want to mess this up. Should I just dab it on with my finger? Monique, what do you suggest? I don't know. You know what? First of all, I'm going to try to pick it up with a brush. And instead of like swirling it on, I'm just going to press it on. Let's see what that does. Ooh, this is like stardust. So now that it's on, I'm going to just try to blend it out a little bit. Maybe another layer, let's see, to give it a little bit more punch. Oh, I love the purple. Do you see the purple? Does anyone see purple? Oh wow, I really like this. You know, also how it picks up the purple in the inner corner of that other highlighter. Really cool. And I actually do like, you know, sparkly highlighters in general on my cheekbone, definitely. So this is so cool. Do you see this? Please let me know if you see this, because I will only know once I'm editing. I'm really impressed, because I love highlighters that are special. You know, I don't really have a lot, but in general, I wish I had, and now I do. All right. Yeah, so you know what, while I'm putting on the other side, let's just chat a little bit. Because we of course don't want to drag this out forever. Let's start with the Root Cosmetics palette that I used for the mattes. Okay, so this is a palette. Let me just show you again this palette. This. Yeah, so we used, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4 shades. Okay, that is of course not a huge impression of a palette. It's just basically one color scheme that we used, but I think it gives you a nice idea. You see that the performance was nice. They are tightly pressed. They are a little bit more on the dry side, but that doesn't mean at all that they're not performing well. As you can see, I think that they did perform well. They were nicely buildable and blended really well. So I have absolutely no complaints there. I like the Root Cosmetics formula. I like Root Cosmetics as a brand. I think I have like 4 palettes from Root Cosmetics that I've also introduced here on my channel already. So I think that is definitely a brand to check out if you also don't want to spend $100 on a palette, right? Because Root Cosmetics has very fair prices. So that is really nice, and I absolutely support that, as you know, if you're not new here. Okay, so that's how it looks now, and I'm so happy I went for it. You know, I'm so happy that I went for this purple highlighter. So cool. Okay, so let's zoom in first, and then let's show you this, and then let's zoom out. I still don't know about my setup here. I think I've changed the stuff around so much that I really don't know anymore where I am. So anyway, that is the look. I'm super thrilled and super pleased with it. This is the palette, my precious Leorah palette. I just really need to make a big deal out of this, because it is, sweeties, I'm such a small creator. As of right now, I just hit 1,300 subscribers, which is amazing, because like a year ago I was I think at like 300 or something. So we grew a lot, or maybe 400, but we grew a lot last year, which is like a lot for me. And I'm so thrilled that you're all here. And yeah, thank you so much. So, but this is a big deal, because stuff like this does not happen to a small creator like me, like on a regular basis, you know? So I'm just so thankful and so thrilled. And I can't wait to do more looks with this. So let me know, maybe let me know which shades you want me to use, you know, just point at them and let me know. So anyway, this is an amazing palette. You need to know how to use it though, okay? You need to know, otherwise you'll be disappointed. If you think you can use it like a palette like this, like the Root Cosmetics palette, you will be disappointed and everything will be all over the place, and then you'll think, what is that? But if you know how to use it, if you follow the instructions, you know, you use it on a glitter glue, you use it with your fingers or with a damp brush, or you know, you go in gently and you know, try to work it out. The colors are spectacular. The colors are spectacular. The performance is really good. I think you can see this. I really hope so. That the performance of the shadows themselves was absolutely amazing. But you need to know how to, like, you cannot swirl it on, because then it's going to be everywhere. There is going to be fallout, because that is the texture of those shadows, and that you need to know that. So basically I would suggest do your eyes first. I always do that, because I really I cannot care about fallout. I don't need that pressure, you know, so I always do my eyes first, because it just makes sense for me in general, not only in this case. But yeah, I really like her formula. Also the green palette that I showed you in the beginning, it's just really nice. And I do think Monique is a very talented person who is super creative and who is getting better with the years. So feel free to check her out. I also have a discount code with her, which is not affiliated. You'll find it in the description box. I make nothing of this. I have no gain, just so you know, okay? I just give this to you because she offered it to me. It gives you 5% off your order, and she's available on Etsy. She's going to be linked, of course, in the description box down below. Okay, so let me know what you think. Let me know in the comment section anything and questions that you have or things that you want to share. I'm always happy to hear from you. I know I've been a little bit terrible with my comment section lately. That was because I was pre-filming a lot, and then was my overseas trip. So, but I'm catching up. Maybe you have noticed I'm catching up, looking at my comments, and I will do my best to answer whatever question there is. And besides that, I'm going to see you here tomorrow. I think, is it tomorrow? I think tomorrow for my next video. And up until then, go ahead and sparkle, maybe with Monique's shadows, because they are super sparkly. And love you so much. Hugs and kisses. Bye.